Hello, everyone. I'm talking to you from Poland, and to the Polish audience, I would like to say dzień dobry. The presentation will be in English. I hope that my English is good enough to present what I would like to say. The topic of the session is customer engagement, and what I would like to show you is one of the most effective and really good tools how to, let's say, how to engage your customers, how to manage your customers' experiences to make them satisfied, engaged, to reduce costs, improve efficiency, and increase results. And the name of this tool is Customer Journey Map or Customer Journey Mapping. What is it? What I would like to tell you, how I would like to describe this tool. Customer Journey Mapping is a visualization technique that allows you to see all your customers' interactions with your company, product, or service, just to find out what your customers expect from your company, from your brand, what you do, what you do good, what you do bad, or what you don't do at all, right? It is in general carried as a workshop with the participants, with the employees of your company, and that allows you to optimize quickly and effectively the main internal processes and actions in order to turn your company into pro-customer company. So what is the idea behind this customer journey mapping? First of all, the most important goal to run this workshop, to take advantage from this tool, is to better understand your customers' needs and expectations. The idea is that during the workshop, the employees from the top management to the lowest level, from the CEO, from the owner, marketing people, sales people, it depends on the size of your company, of course, and the detailed profile, right? They are supposed to simply step into customers' shoes, forget about their everyday roles in the company, just to understand the customer better, just to think what a certain customer may need, what may he want, what may he expect from you as a brand from doing business with your company, right? And definitely at the end of the day, it improves all the internal processes and actions in your company, and of course it shows you the things that you do wrong, right? That means that it reduces, eliminates inefficient activities that leads you to the cost reduction and cost effectiveness. Okay, so how to run this workshop, right? How it looks like, how it works. Let's imagine that we are a restaurant, right? We are the owner or a manager of the restaurant, and what we can do to engage our customers more, to get more customers, to make them more loyal, to make them more satisfied. And this customer journey mapping is as I said, the perfect tool just to make more profits, right? The most important thing, I don't have enough time to describe all the details, but the most important thing at the very beginning of this process, of this workshop, is just to define your buyer persona, who your customer really is, whether it's a small company or a big company, right? What are your previous, let's say, business relations? What is the number of sales? What are this customer's needs and goals and objectives, and maybe risks or some fears, right? In the cooperation with your company. So when we have defined our buyer persona, right, who the target group is, who this customer really is, we can start creating the frame of our map. And this is how it looks in real. We work, as I said, as a workshop with the employees. We work on using flip chart, white, big sheets of paper, and lots of hundreds, sometimes even thousands of colorful post-it notes, right? And that we write all our ideas on this small 3M colorful post-it notes. So, okay, coming back to the frame. First, what we have to do is to define the vertical and horizontal frame of this of this of this map, right? So in the horizontal way, you just write all the most important stages of your your customer journey or your customer path, right? In here we've got discovering the need, then we've got searching for an offer, then we've got purchase, right? What happens on this stage? Delivery and after sales service, right? So this is defining the most important stages. And in the vertical frame, we just put things like touch points, expectations, customer expectations, customer questions, possible questions that he might have, right, on each stage and on each touch point. Very important moment of truth and pain moment. And at the end, chances for our company. I will explain it later. Okay, first step, horizontal X, define your customer journey phases. So in here we've got, for example, right, we still think that we are manager or owner of a restaurant. Of course, when I will be describing this example, you should think of your own companies. What are the phases? What are the most important and key phases and steps for your customers, for your company, for your industry? But in here we've got awareness, for example, right? So what a customer knows about your company. Then searching for the best offer, where and when and how this particular customer, our buyer persona, is searching for his best offer, right? Then he finds the best offer. He decides, okay, this is the best restaurant for me to go, right? He goes, he places an order, he waits for a meal, he eats, then he leaves the restaurant. Maybe there's some kind of a feedback at the end, and at the end the customer thinks whether he should return to this particular restaurant or not, right? Whether he should continue cooperation with the company or not. And as I said, in each mile step, you have to define your touch points, right? Sometimes it can be one touch point. Sometimes there can be 2, 3, or even more, right? In here, for example, let's have a look in the customer stage, the customer phase, arrival. What are the touch points for the customer? It is, for example, interior and exterior design, whether he likes it or not, right? Or whether this interior and exterior design looks exactly the same as he saw on Google, social media, maybe some kind of brochures, etc. Etc., right? So this is very important to define as many key touch points as possible. Just as I said, to step into this customer shoes, and these touch points allow the customer to go further, to go to the next step. And here, the next step, when we have defined our horizontal line with the main phases, then we defined touch points also in a horizontal way, the most important touch points within each phase. We just start to, let's say, fill in the vertical line, right? Now let's have a look at the customers', let's say, expectations on each touch point. And what I said at the very beginning, this is very important to define at the very first stage your buyer persona, your target group, your customers to whom you you run this workshop. Because, for example, right, we are still managers or owners of the restaurant. Totally different goals will have, for example, young man, 35 years old, who wants to go on a date with a beautiful lady, right? Um, for example, on Friday evening. So we create run the workshop for exactly particular this persona. Totally different, for example, customer journey map will have a family with a baby or two kids who would like to have lunch on Sunday afternoon with the kids, right? So their expectations, their needs and goals will be a bit different, right, than this young man. And also a goal might have a manager, a lady, let's say 45, who would like to go for a drink with her friend for a chat. So this is really that is really important to define your persona at the very beginning, because that will show you different perspectives of this customer, different questions, right? Different pain moments and different happiness moments. I will not read it all because you see it on the slide, but I hope that this is quite clear for you. And the next step, we still fill in certain touch point, right? For example, we fill the touch point, I'm eating a meal, right? So what are the customer's questions, right, that are in his mind on this particular touch point, right? And you write down on those post-it notes as many questions possible that come into your mind as possible. For example, these might be: does the quality match the prices? Are they open to custom orders? Do they have a children's corner, right? That would be, for example, important for our persona, family with the kids, etc., right? Step into your customer's shoes and think of all the possible questions that they might have on this particular touch point. So, okay, so let's go let's go further. Now, also two important let's say fields to fill in: define moments of happiness and pain moments. What does it mean? Happiness moments are all the let's say moments that might make a customer extra happy, extra satisfied, delighted, right, from cooperation with your company, delighted from using your product, blah blah, etc., right? And also pain moments, right? This is like just the opposite. What annoys him, what irritates him, what might stop him from going further, right? Just to leave the basket, skip the baskets, stop the cooperation with you. This is very important. This is very important action to do, to find out what are the, let's say, risks on the on the customer side. And then define the chances for your company. So right now we are at the end of our workshop, right? We have defined all our vertical customer main steps. We have defined all our vertical touch points. We have defined and filled in all customers' needs and expectations and questions and moments of pain and truth. So this is vertically. So our walls on this workshop are fully filled in with a flip chart, white sheets of paper, plus filled in with these post-it notes. And right now we should, let's say, define the chances for our company, right? So if we know that on this particular touch point, right, we do really good, right? We could give ourselves, let's say, not yet. We could give ourselves quite a good, let's say, mark. But if we see that in a particular touch point, the customer's expectations and needs are that big, and we don't, let's say, match them, it means that there is really a field for improvement. There are really some actions that we should undertake in the nearest future, or in the in the future in general, that to do more, to do better, right? To start doing something just to match these customer expectations. And this is at the end what I want to show you how it looks, right? So people really work, brainstorm, and step into customers' shoes. So you need a good room with lots of walls, not necessarily windows, but lots of walls where you can hang those sheets of papers with all your, let's say, ideas and suggestions and observations. And at the end of the day, you can also see, you can visualize your customer journey. So for example, if on certain touch point, you see that we do really good, you can give yourself a mark, let's say 4 or even 5, which is the highest, right? So yes, we do good. There is nothing more we can do better. We can do more. And the only thing we should do is to communicate on our, let's say, all channels, these values for the customers, right? These customer satisfaction, right? Just to engage more future customers, that to give the message that, okay, other customers are satisfied. This is what they do really good. So definitely more new comers. It should be also like a value, like a value for the newcomers. But if we don't do something at all, or we do really badly, right? We should give ourselves maybe -3, -4, -5, and this is like a zone, right, for us for improvement, to start some actions. And here on this graph, you see, okay, this is our company, right? So there is still a lot of things for us to improve. You can also compare such a visualization to your, let's say, main competitor, or to the industry as a whole, right? And define which touch points, which phases of customer journey should be the most important for your company to engage more customers and to make them more loyal. Maybe I would not present all these advantages again, but as I said, definitely elimination of unnecessary, unimportant touch points, and increase of employees' efficiency, right? Because finally, at the end of the day, all the employees, including marketing and sales and the owners, right? They know exactly what this customer really wants, right? How to understand him. We finally understand him. We finally know how to let's say, satisfy him, right? And that definitely leads us to the cost saving, because we spend our, for example, marketing budgets more effectively. So we decide, okay, maybe social media is a good direction, but another, let's say, marketing channel is a waste of money because our customer is simply not there, right? This is not the expectation of our customer to meet our the offer of our company. And the very last, just to end my presentation, what I would like to say: customers do not buy ice cream, because if customers were buying ice cream, there would be only two, let's say, tastes available, two kinds of ice cream available on the market: vanilla, for example, and chocolate, right? But customers expect more taste, more color, extra customer service, etc., right? So when you come back to your companies, please think of this ice cream and what you can do more, what you can do better, how you can run this customer journey mapping to deliver more ice cream and better ice cream to your customers. Thank you very much. This was that was the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, I'm waiting for you on the Q&A session. Thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you, Anna, for your presentation. Very interesting, and your mapping, customer mapping journey.